Pumpkin King art, fan art, and prop replicas. Studio tour, January 2025. So this is going to be my first studio tour. It is wintertime, so things are a little bit different in here than usual. But since it is wintertime and I haven't been able to get a lot of stuff done, there's very little content on my channel right now. I thought this would be a good time to do a studio tour. Right here, so here are some of my dioramas. Digimon War Greymon, Subway from Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie, and here is the Mandalorian. If there's something I would change, I would glue him back up. And something I have learned in doing these dioramas is that I would have custom built cases for all of them that open up from the front so that they'd be easily opened and that I'd be able to adjust stuff. This is my most famous diorama I have built. This set at the Berea College Appalachian Center Museum for many years. It's about logging in Eastern Kentucky. I've done this as my capstone course, as part of my capstone course. It has a lot of interesting information about logging in Appalachia and Eastern Kentucky. It recently came back to me this year because that they were having to rework and do different stuff in the museum, so they decided to give it back to me so that it would have a safe home. Eventually, I'm going to be building a new case for it, where it'll be good and safe, and I'm not sure if it'll leave my studio and go to maybe somewhere here in this community, but as the museum curator at the Appalachian Center said, it is such a nice diorama, it really needs to be on display for the public. Down here are some of my model cars. A couple of General Lee's, and then 1965 Mustang, a lot like the one used in James Bond Thunderball, as well as the movie Cherry 2000. This is the Rommel's Rod Kit, which is about World War II. Here are a couple of my sculpted figures I made, and here are some that have fallen into disrepair that I'll have to repair sometime. Oh. Let's go over here. Some of the stuff on the bottom is projects that I plan on doing. This here is a pretty neat deal. I don't know if you all have seen How to Train Your Dragon, but this is a toothless jewelry box. I've got some random junk in it right now, but yeah, I built kind of like a little, similar to like a Viking chest, and then I've done like a diorama on top of it. And here is another one of my 1990, the Mutant Ninja Turtles movie dioramas. It's the farmhouse scene with April and Casey. Here are some of my log cabin birdhouses. This is some of my supplies over here to the side that I make them with. And actually there's another little one of my creations right here. The spinning bird optical illusion. Here are some of my different types of lanterns. Almost everything I've got here right now are prototypes, working on finishing up and getting a product out. Here are some of my little mini picnic tables. You can use them for like bird feeders, squirrel feeders, or if little kids want to play with them with their G.I. Joes and Barbie dolls, that would be pretty good for 12-inch figures. And there is one of my wooden cross Here is some more of my Star Wars stuff. It's a diorama I made of the fight on Endor. Yeah. It's one of them Bandai model kits. And then I took and hand sculpted everything else. Well, there's also a little Hot Wheel there in the back. And then, of course, Chewbacca also was one of the model kits, but everything else I handmade in there. It's a little 1/350 scale Bandai model kit. I took and put together and painted up. All the models from the new movie, or newer Star Wars movie. That is an unfinished Jack I've sculpted. I wish I had batteries in this, but I don't right now. I actually have it where the jack-o'-lanterns actually light up. Here's some of my older stuff I've done a long time ago. Yes, that is an Invader Zim jewelry box I made. And there are some Invader Zim figures I made. Some of my tools. Now, I did not take this picture. That was something I bought because I really like trains. But I did hand make this. This was completely done with Sharpie markers in an art studio at college I went to. This is one of my workbenches. I really like it. These workbenches are from Harbor Freight. I've had no problems with them as long as you tighten the screws up good by hand or with a good electric screwdriver. It doesn't seem to wiggle or move. This is one of my current art projects I'm working on. A couple of them I'm making the wooden bird optical illusions. I got supplies in there for that, and then I have been making candle holders. This is my electronics stations where I keep all my different electronic components and wires and stuff. And then, there we go, a little better light. And then over here is where I have my little mini compressor. Underneath here I've got a better compressor. And then there is my helping hands, and then my soldering iron. Use the helping hands to hold whatever you're soldering. Soldering supplies. Another airbrush supplies, air compressor supplies. Usually up here I have all my paints. Let's turn this back off. Usually up here is where I keep all my paints, but where it is cold I'm having to store them in my house. Also up here is usually where I store all my paints. And there's another tool storage cabinet. Some of my other tools, my big air compressor. Also really like this tool chest here. Portable tool chest. You got a small space, it's nice to keep stuff on wheels. This is one of my favorite things I've got. This is a spray paint booth, a little airbrush booth. It works very good whenever you're gluing to take the fumes away, and then whenever I'm airbrushing or using a spray paint can. You can see here I've been working on repairing a pair of glasses with some really intense glue that has a lot of bad fumes, so I had this turned on while I was working on them. This is another one of my studio art drawings I've done. This was completely out of charcoal and chalk. I bought this map from a historical society. This is not one of my art projects. This is another one I've done completely out of charcoal and chalk. It's a type of self-portrait through objects. This is one of my anime posters I painted. And you see behind here, that is another just completely Sharpie drawing I done. And then another anime poster I took and hand painted. It's probably one of my favorite projects right here. It's my largest project I've ever done. It's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #3 movie. As you can see, it has full run lights in it. I pretty much hand sculpted and made almost everything in there, other than the figures themselves. I think this is a favorite of a lot of people that I've made. Some more of my tools. I really like those portable workbenches. And of course, if you're going to have a art studio, you're going to have to clean stuff up. I do more than art here. I do woodworking, furniture making as well, but you got to have something to clean up the place. So I got my nice shop vac. And then on days that I do decide that I want to work in here and it's cold, I have got this little handy heater on wheels I can take and set in the middle of the room and turn it on. Works on propane. It's really nice. And then of course up top here is just all my storage for all my stuff, which is mostly just boxes to make sure I keep up with the warranties on stuff. I think that's what a lot of people have to do anymore, is store all their boxes. Oh, here's a storage solution I figured out. Underneath my rafters, I take and put some brackets and put some boards across. And now I can put some of my lumber and my clamps up here. It's a really nice storage solution. You can see up here, this is the mascot for everything that I have. This is the pumpkin, a Pumpkin King. And this is my inverter, so if I want to decide to run anything in here off of solar, I can. Well, this is a nice deal here I picked up at Walmart. This is a small couch bed, so if I need extra room, I can always turn this into a bedroom if I need to, if I have guests over at my home. Oh wait, there's more. I almost forgot to show off the top shelf here. So this is one of my attempts on a Bob Ross painting. And here are some of my little small things that I've sculpted. You see Planet Express and Nightmare Before Christmas style snowman. And then throw back to the Digimon's little portable games I used to play, the little Digivices. As you can see up here, this is where I also store some of my Halloween props that I use whenever I do my Halloween display. Also, I did not paint this Mandalorian thing here. I actually picked it up at Hobby Lobby for real cheap one day. I just really liked it. Here's some more of my tools I really like. This is the Proxxon hot wire cutter, and I like using it and a lot of my other tools with this foot switch. You step on it once, turn on, step on it second time to turn off. It makes things easy where you don't have to use your hands. See up here, I keep all my masks for safety. This is some of my railroad stuff I collect. Please like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and DeviantArt. Have a blessed day.